afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Berg in Germany for the last round of the SMT WTCC League. It has been a pleasure to be with you for this whole season now of the first ever WTCC League organized by the Sim Racing Motorsport team here on Race Room. So we are coming to an end of this championship right now in the Blister Berg. Maybe a quite unusual track. I'm not quite used to have some race there. We raced last week at Spa, the week before in Monza, and some other tracks like that. And yeah, the Blister Berg is not the most famous track, but we choose it for the last round of this first season. So yeah, we'll see what will happen here. We will have also a great battle for the championship between two guys. Let's jump right into it. Started the stream a little bit late, so we'll try to rush things a little bit. So let's check the standings. As it stands, Greg Hujek is still leading the championship by only 5 points on Sven Mackenberg, who is literally on fire since the update of the game. So 215 points for Grega Hujek from Slovenia, and 210 points for Sven Mackenberg, who is currently second in the classification. We have Dusan Miroradovic with 189 points. We're still mathematically in the race, but it will be it will need some help from the others to stay on top. Then Marko Mitrovic with 138 points, Nenad Vladisarevic 121, and Denis Shepsik with 116 points ahead of Bo Dixon and his 99 points. Then have the rest of the classification. With Jockey 51, Jean-Pret 48. Who has the opportunity to gain a couple plays. Shaulutz Laurinovic was P15 with 28 points. He struggled to score his first points at the 5th round, I guess. Maybe it was in Monza he scored his first points. But now he's P15 in the classification, ahead of Serjan Tasic, who is making his return for the last race today, as he wasn't available before. And then the rest of the classification with Lazar Page, the only driver with 0 points, as he participated only in the first round in Most. And here today, again, Lazar is with us. But the main battle, of course, will be for the championship between Grega Hujek and... and we have a car rolling. It is Denis Shubs in this quali session. Denis Shubs is rolling the car around, and currently Sven Mackenberg is on pole position with half a second lead over Grega Hujek. It has been like that for a couple of races now. So I will try to do the math during the race to keep you updated on the general standing. So maybe before the end of the quali we'll make a lap on board to discover this track. We have to do things very quickly here. We have unfortunately only 13 drivers today with us. We would have liked to have a quite larger grid, but anyway, the battle for the title is in place and the two protagonists are currently leading the classification. Sven Mackenberg ahead of Grega Hucek, and we will go on board with Grega, who is going to the pits. It's always like that. We'll try to find somebody who is close to the end of the lap to go on board with. So it will be Saulius Laurinavicius coming in the last corner. We have 5 minutes left in quali. And we are here on the start-finish straight, really short, with a flat-out left-hander coming to the first braking zone. Very tricky corner, which seems to never end. And then a quick chicane here, right and then left. You have to be careful not to take the red curb there, because it rolls the car, as Dennis did. Then we have another chicane here. So he's taking a lot of the curves. Another chicane. You can see that it's like a roller coaster on this track, up and down. Really tricky corners. You can hear and feel the cars under steering. Look how tricky it is. Going down the hill here, going up again, and we have a really quick right-hander here. A completely blind corner. You cannot see at all when to start turning. Another chicane here. Once again, you need to be careful with the curbs everywhere, because it seems to roll the car over. Now Saulius is coming to the final part of the track with this very quick left-hander. Downhill, the car wants to go pretty wide, as those cars are quite understeering. Coming to the last chicane there. Really tricky corner. You have to have the great braking points in order not to spin and not to lose the car. Coming to the last corner there, you have to have a great exit for the last straight there. And we're coming for another lap, and it was an improvement for Saulius Laurinavicius, P9. This quali, and we have only 3 minutes left. Oh, and you see when you touch the red curb, and this is what happens. This is what happened when you touch the red curb in the chicane. The car instantly rolls over. But now let's focus a little bit on the battle for the championship. The two main protagonists are for the moment at the top of the classification, with quite a margin on the rest of the field. You can see that Marko Mišović is taking third over Pascal Jeanpret, but Marko is 1.3 seconds behind Sven Mackenberg, so it seems like we'll have a battle for P1. Let's remember that we have 25 points for a race win, 20 points for a second place, and we also have points for quali and fastest lap. So if it stays like that, even before the race, Sven would take 1 point away from the 5-point Grega's lead in the championship. So every point will count now for this last round, and the second race will be really interesting to see who's going to take advantage of the reverse grid. It seems like if they don't make mistakes in the race, which can happen in this really tricky track. They will fight out in the second race for the title, but for the moment Grega Hucek is still leading the championship. You can see the really tricky corner here, really fast. Coming to another chicane, a lot of chicanes. Oh, and you see another car rolling behind. I think it's Mikhail Žigax. Yes, it was. See that Sven Markenberg is again improving his lap time. No, his lap was invalidated, unfortunately for him. And Grega is going back to the pits, and the session will be over. So it will be again a pole position for Marvin Markenberg. I think it is the 4th in a row for Sven since the Slovakia ring, actually, since the update of the game. And Sven Markenberg is taking the 3 points for the pole position, and Grega Hujic is taking the 2 points for second place. So it is a 4-point difference between those two guys in favor of Grega for the moment. So we have Sven ahead of Grega, Marko Mišović 3rd, Pascal Jeanpret 4th, Denis Schups 5th, Nana Vladislavovich 6th, Boris Schmidt 7th, Mikel Žigax 8th, Saulius Laurinavicius P9, Serjan Tasic with the Citroën P10, Lazar Page P11, Boke Obradovic P12, and Bo Dixon P13. Didn't make a lap in quali as he quite usually do. And now we have a 5-minute warm-up. We'll do, as usual, taking the helicam, and let's remind ourselves a little bit of the standings. You can see those transitions in the stream. It is all courtesy of Grega Hujic. He is the one who made the standings you can see on the screen right now. The intro video that you see before the stream and at the end of the stream. He also made the overlay in the game. So if we come back to the broadcast scene, you can see that we have SMT on the top right corner. We don't have any classification, but on the top left you can see the WTCC SMT logos. So it is all courtesy of Grega Hujic, so thanks to him for doing that. I'm really happy to have you today for this last round. I hope you will enjoy it as much as I did during this championship. It was a lot of fun. I think I'm pretty sure season 2 will be around September, because now it is summer. We know that we already had in this league a lot of people going in holidays, having weeks off and stuff like that. So it was really tough to have a full grid every races. But yeah, that's why we will start season 2 in September or October. We don't know yet, but we are pretty excited to have you back again for another exciting season. We don't know. Maybe we'll start some kind of polls or asking you guys, the drivers, and you guys, the viewers, what cars should we race next season? If we say with the WTCC, maybe switch to WTCR or anything else. Everything is yet to do for season 2, but it is now time. It is now time for the last round here in the Berg. A really unusual track, but it was also our wish to go on a track that we're not used to see something else a little bit, and I'm sure guys are pretty excited to fight it out. We discussed a little bit with some drivers here and there, and they were all pretty doubtful about the overtaking opportunities here at the Berg. For sure, it is not really not really easy to overtake on this track. Unfortunately, Simon van der Broek, who was supposed to be with us today, has some trouble to join the session and was apparently had a connection issue, so he won't be with us today. And wishing good luck to the guys still here, and thanks again to Simon for being with us in this league. It has been a pleasure to have him. He's a young guy trying to get his hands on the sim racing community, and I'm sure he will get better. Hello Lela, Milkic. Let's go Nenad. Yeah, Nenad qualified P7 only, but I'm sure it will be a great fight in the mid-pack with Denis, Pascal, Marco, Boris. They're all pretty close to each other. And hello Celia, thank you for the support. I'll be back soon, right after the stream. But now we will we'll go to the grid. We are almost ready to go. You can see those guys getting ready on the grid. I cannot change cameras before they are all to the grid and ready to go. So there is a little pressure on Grega and Sven battling for the championship, and they will both start on the front row of the grid. If we can go back on the grid, as the helicopter is is leaving the track right now, but when all those guys will be on the grid, we'll go straight to the grid. Here we are. Let's cannot. And here we are. It is lights out. And a great start from Sven Makenberg and Marko Mišović. Sven in the inside of the first corner. Not a lot of changing position. And everything seemed to go pretty smooth. Unfortunately, Bo Dixon is still in the pits and won't be able to start this race. Sven Makenberg will now try to escape a bit from the pack. In this really tricky track, we see Pascal going a little bit wide behind. I see the two front runners already building a gap. Marko Mišović, the black and red Honda, is trying to keep up the pace. But it is really tough to follow the pace of those guys. Don't know what happened to Lazar and Boris, who are back the order. It is unfortunately the second time in a row for Boris that he loses quite a lot of ground in the first corner of the first race. But for now, Sven Makenberg is leading the race ahead of Gregor Hucek, who will try to hang on as long as he can. See Grega behind, and they are already building a gap to the guys ahead as further down the grid. Oh, and Lazar Page is going to the pits. I think he has a drive-through penalty for a jump start. Unfortunately, has been a while that Lazar didn't race with us. I'm sure we'll be more prepared in the second race. Now Marvin is already pushing a lot to build a gap on Grega, who is still within half a second. The gap is already a second over Marko Mišović with third position, but it seems like it will be difficult to get Sven on this race. You can see battles at the end of the field here, where we have Boki going wide, losing a position to Serjan Tasic. When Greg Hucek is back really close to Sven, who maybe did a mistake. As we have side by side Mikael and Boris here in the blind right-hander at the top of the hill, braking for the left-hander. Then the chicane. And we have a car rolling. Who is it? Oh, it is Nenad, and we have Boris. We have Boris who spun out, and Nenad who was rolling the car over. Oh, it was expected that we had some cars rolling. We didn't expect it so early in the race. Unfortunately for Nenad Vladisavljević, as Sven Mackenberg had to slow down a little bit for to serve the slowdown penalty, which led Grega coming back really close. Again, a slowdown penalty for Sven Mackenberg, who is pushing. Grega is still right behind, on board with the Lada. The Slovenian driver here in the Lada, trying to hang on this on his championship lead. He currently has 4 points. Oh, hello Simon in the chat. Sorry that you couldn't be racing with us today. And unfortunately, I think Nenad, he's in the pits. I think he has quite a lot of damage on his car. As Grega is still right behind Sven. Oh, it was a lot of curb from Grega, and you can see he lost a bit of time. And behind, Boki Obradovic overtook Mikel Žigax. And on my screen, it seems like Boki Obradovic has some suspension damage, I guess. It is written 53%. And unlike every other track, we have some gaps. We have some gaps building, and Grega still trying to hang on to the slipstream of the Chevrolet. Oh, maybe a yellow flag for, Mikel Žigax lost the car in the last corner. Really tricky one if you don't brake at the right point. It is really tough to get the car to turn. Let's go back with Grega. And you can see the Chevrolet is now a little bit further down the road. Really has to push to stay as close as possible to the German driver from the virtual drivers by Takes 3 team. Well, then they have a 3-second lead over Marko Misovic, so they are playing for the win and for the championship here. As Nenad, I think, retired. No, he's still repairing some. I think he has full suspension damage. And Grega now has a second deficit on Sven Mackenberg. It will get tougher, as he will want to push a little bit more, maybe. 1.2 now, the gaps between those two guys. Yeah, Simon, I think everybody has a different opinion on this track. It seems like it is really difficult to overtake there, but at the same time, really fun to drive. Maybe not for WTCC cars. And you can see that I've never seen during the whole season so much gaps between every driver. You can see Sven Mackenberg leading with almost 2 seconds now on Grega. Marko Misovic is another 2.5 seconds behind. Then a 1.2 seconds. Dennis is currently the closer guy to the car in front, as Nenad Vladisavljević is back on track. But huge gap are building. It is also the case when you have only 13 cars on track. You have more difference between everybody. But it is what it is. We know that the second race will be funny for sure. For now, it is Boki Obradovic who is having the pole position for race 2. As Grega is sliding through the left-hander here, and we can see in the background Nenad Vladislavic has went back to the pits. Ooh, and unfortunately, Boki is in the wall. Boki is in the wall and will have the pole position for race 2. I think his car is completely broken. He cannot have it to start again. He already had some little bit of damage. He kept it on track, but now it is just too much. The two green Hondas are in the pits. Nenad having now the P11. Lazar Page with his drive-through penalty in lap 1 is P10. And the pole position for race 2 is currently taken by Michael Gigax from Switzerland, who I'm sure would be really happy with it. Saulius Laurenavicius currently P6. I think it would be his best results in this league. Really happy for him. Another guy who is here to take experience and race against big boys. So really happy to see him perform. And Sven Matkenberg is pushing, but Grega is doing everything he can to stay as close as possible. For now, Sven Matkenberg also has the fastest lap of the race, which is worth 2 points. So another 2 points taken on Grega's lead in the championship. Hello Yasmin, welcome on the chat, happy to have you, as every week I guess. And the two leaders are coming towards Nenad, who is a lap down. We currently don't have any battle on track, which hasn't happened all season. So that's why I think we'll focus a little bit on the kind of battle here for the championship. Let's go on board with Sven. You can see the ladder now 2 seconds behind. Grega is doing everything he can, but it seems like it's now almost impossible to follow Sven Matkenberg. He's coming back in some parts of the track. Oh, and Lazar Page is out. Lazar Page is out of the race. I don't know what happened to him. Then at P10 and last in this race. And you can see behind him the leaders. I think there is no doubt that Nenad will go out of the way to let those two guys go by. Even if Grega and Nenad have formed the same team, the SMT team, I don't think they want to play it that way. So now Sven is getting toward Nenad, who is getting out of the way. Fair play to him. Fair play to him. Let them battle out on track. And we are... And yeah, you can see Nenad let Gregas pass. And it seems like we'll have a battle on track here between Sergeant Tasic and Michael Gigax, with Boris Schmidt quite close behind. You can see that Michael has some damage in the front right of his car. He's coming back on the Citroen. Seems to be the kind of the slowest car on this track, in this championship. And you can see the little touch from the Swiss driver on Serjan. And Boris is getting closer. And it is in the straights that the Citroën is struggling a lot. It is not really possible to overtake here, so Michael is thinking better of it, but he's losing the car, unfortunately, going wide. And Boris is through. It was a bit optimistic from Boris. Cannot have the track map, but now Serjan Tasic will be under pressure from his teammate Boris Schmidt, as Sven Mackenberg has now a 2.1 lead over Gregor Hujek. The only battle on track is right here for 7th, 8th, 9th. Here Serjan, Boris, Michael battling out 5 minutes ago in this race, which has been, I think, unfortunately, the most boring race we have this season. Maybe it is the track, maybe it is the 13 driver grid, but anyway, I'm sure second race will be pretty exciting. For the moment, the fastest lap of the race is for Sven Mackenberg with a 1:38.4. Gregor's best lap is a 1:38.9, so it will be another 2 points for Sven Mackenberg. Ooh, and Serjan sliding out of the chicane here, and now he has Boris Schmidt right behind. Again in the last part of the track, Boris taking an inside line here. Here they are towards the final part of the track. Braking is really tricky here because it is a kind of chicane and you cannot really slow the car down as you want it to. Oh, and we had Pascal Jean-Pretre in the pits. I think he had some damage to his car. He's changing the front tires. Oh, that's a shame. Seems like and Michael Gigax is out in the gravel trap and is losing. I think he has seems like he has some suspension damage now. And Pascal has a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's going from bad to worse for Pascal. The two Swedes when are in the bottom of the classification. Yeah, Michael has some suspension damage. You can see. Cannot even see where you're going there. You need really to know the track really well. I think Michael has to pit now to have some repair, at least to have a little bit of fun at the end of this race. And he's still, or maybe not, because he still holds the pole position for race 2. He has 19 second advantage on Pascal Jean-Pretre's ankle, who will have to go to the pit for a drive-through. So he has some time to play with. And Lucas P5, the first top 5 of the season for Saulius Laurinavic, who is taking advantage of all those mistakes. He keeps his Chevrolet on the track. And Michael Gigax is now stationary. I think that's it for Michael. And yeah, Pascal is coming in the yellow flag zone, and Michael is out of this race. Let's go back with Boris Schmidt. Still behind the Citroën of Sergeant Tasic. And Pascal Jean-Pret, just like that, retake the pole position for race 2. Just hope that everybody stayed in the server for race 2. Oh, and we have a yellow flag ahead. Oh no, they're just coming through the yellow flag for Michael Gigax. Oh, and Bonnie Schmidt almost smashed into the back of the Citroën of Sergeant Tasic. And the gaps are crazy. A 3-second lead for Sven Mackenberg at the top of the race. Oh, and Pascal lost it again. Seems like a difficult track for everybody. I think not a lot of people are having a lot of fun now. But yes, a 3-second lead for Sven in the race. Then we have Marko Mišović here behind Nenad with a lap down, but 8 seconds behind Grega. Then we have Denis another 13 seconds behind Marko. And then Laurinavicius another 10 seconds behind Denis Schöps and Sergeant Tasic and Boris Schmidt 10 seconds behind Charles. Oh, and Boris almost lost it. Ooh, he just saved it. Fair play for him. And Pascal Jean-Pret having a lot of troubles, but still holding the pole position. He will go into the pits to serve his drive-through penalty. And there will be another lap for Sven Mackenberg, I guess. 18 seconds to go in a not really eventful race today. Can he wait? No, he will start another lap with 8 seconds on the clock. He will take this race and the fastest lap. Oh! Oh, what a great job by Grega Hucek, who just did the fastest lap of the race. The fastest lap of the race for Grega Hucek for 3,000 of a second. A 138.477 against a 138.480. For Sven Mackenberg, I'm getting excited now, but it is really, really important, those 2 points for Grega Hucek. This was unexpected. I wasn't expecting it at all. But it may be a game changer in the championship for Grega Hucek, who is taking home the 2 points of the fastest lap. Except is Sven Mackenberg, the TX3 driver, is having a stellar last lap. But it is really well played from Grega. But the winner of race 1 of the final round of the SMT WTCC League Season 1 is Sven Mackenberg, the German driver from the Virtual Drivers by TX3, who will take the race win in race 1 ahead of Grega Hucek, is the other championship contenders. Oh! Oh, and Sven improved the fastest lap of the race in the last lap. He doesn't want to give anything to Grega, who played it really well. But a 138.394 for Sven in the last lap to giving 2 more points. And is now taking the lead of the championship with, let me calculate this, Grega has 228 points currently, and Sven has 239, so it's even an 11-point lead now. Oh, it's not possible. No, it's a 1-point lead. It's a 1-point lead for Sven Mackenberg. So we choose the final classification of this race. Sven Markenberg ahead of Greg Hujic, Marko Mišović, Denis Schups P4, Saulius Laurinavicius best result in the auto Chevy P5, Sergen Tasic P6, Boris Schmidt P7, Pascal Jeanpret P8, Nenad Vladisarovic P9, Mikel Žigax, Lazar Page, Boki Obradovic, Bo Dixon didn't finish the race. Actually, Bo didn't even start it. I hope he can be here for race 2. But I need to recalculate everything. But I think no, and I did some. I gave the 3 points to Grega for pole position, but he was second. So it is 230 points. No. 240 points for Sven Markenberg and 237 for Greg Hujic. So a 3-point advantage now for the German driver ahead of the very last race of the season. Oh, we couldn't have righted before the season starts. 3 points between the two leaders of the championship before the last race of the season. So now we have another 5-minute warm-up before race 2. In a race which was not really eventful, but really tense in terms of championship battle. Oh, when we can see now Bo Dixon on track, so we'll have 13 cars starting race 2, I hope. But yeah, we had some gaps we haven't seen before in this league during this race. Maybe it's due to, once again, to the track, to the 13 guys, 12 guys on the start line. But anyway, championship is still on the line. Sven Markenberg has taken the lead of the championship for the first time this season with his win and his fastest lap in the last lap. Grega played it really well, taking the fastest lap in the penultimate lap. But unfortunately for him, Sven Markenberg was able just to top him for, I think it was 300 of a second. But those 300 of a second could count in a little more than 20 minutes. When they will all start and finish the season. A season that saw the drivers race in Most in Czech Republic, in the Lausitz Ring in Germany, I think it is. In Moscow, I think Moscow is a track that looks a little similar than the Blister Berg in terms of overtaking opportunities and stuff like that. And those 3 first rounds were dominated by Greg Hujic and Dusan Miloradovic, who is unfortunately not here for the finale today. We then had between the Moscow Raceway and the Slovakia Ring Round, we had the big update of Race Room. Update mostly in terms of force feedback and stuff like that. Brand new system, which was really good for some guys, really bad for some others, but it is what it is. And Since the Slovakia ring, it has been the Sven Mackenberg takeover in this league. He has taken all 4 pole positions in Slovakia ring, Monza, Spa, and Berg. And I think he took the 4 race 1 wins as well, if I'm not mistaken, but I think I'm not. And Grega is playing on a quite old wheel, which was not really which was not really made for the update that Race Room did, unfortunately for him, but it is what it is. He's still in great contention and has shown that in race 2s is able to do some pretty good thing, and will be really soon on the track. Here we are, ready to start the final race of the SMT WTCC League Season 1. All the guys are going to the grid. Michael Gigax. No, Pascal Jean-Prêtre starting on pole position ahead of Boris Schmidt, Sergian Tasic, Saulius Laurinavicius, Denis Sheps, Marko Mišović, Grega Huđek, and Sven Mackenberg, P8. We are waiting for Marko Mišović to get on the grid. Here we are. Oh, I'm trying to get the good camera. And it's lights out, away we go. Let's follow what happened. A little behind with a great start from Greg Huđek. Average start from Sven Mackenberg. Oh, and Greg Huđek is taking a lot of cover here. Has already taken a position on Marko Mišović. Nenad Vladislavić trying to put pressure on Sven Mackenberg, and Saulius Laurinavicius went a bit wide. And oh, Sven Mackenberg is going a bit wide and is pushing Saulius a little bit. The two Chevys fighting with each other. Nenad Vladislavić squeezing on the outside to get a position. And now Marko Mišović will... now this is when team play can help Grega Huđek, because Marko Mišović ahead of Sven Mackenberg and Nenad Vladislavić behind Sven Mackenberg are both teammates of Grega Huđek, so they can play a little team game here to hold off Sven Mackenberg. And Grega Huđek is giving everything he has now to get ahead of Denis Sheps. A great exit here. We see Sergian Tasic ahead, going a bit wide, and Grega has started the race very, very well. When Sergian Tasic will go a bit wide, Denis Sheps is diving down the inside. That touched a little bit, and the Honda seems to be through. Sergian Tasic also has drive through, and they will go through the first corner, still side by side. Oh, and look who is taking advantage of everything. This is Grega Huđek. Again, the position on Denis Sheps and Sergian Tasic. Oh, and Denis Sheps is around. Oh, Lazar Page avoid him. Boki Obradovic also. That was really close between those guys. And Marko Mišović lost 2 positions. Everybody is on the grass. Sven Mackenberg is not. He's in P5, sorry, behind Sergian Tasic. Grega Huđek is already P3. Sergian Tasic a bit wide here. And look who is already on the inside. Sven Mackenberg, P4. And for now, that is I need even to check the point system to be sure of what I say. Greg Hujek is now pushing to try and get this race to win. Behind Boris Schmidt. It is 16 points for P3, 13 for 13 for P4. So as Grega had a 3-point deficit. Oh, and Boris Schmidt went wide. And Grega Hujek is through. Grega Hujek is through in P2. Less than 2 seconds behind Pascal Jeanpret, who for once did take advantage of his pole position, and really happy for him that he was able to have a great start. But now we will see Grega Storm behind him as Marko Mišović is overtaking Serjan Tasic. He's not giving too much resistance. Oh, Marko was struggling there. And you can see Serjan going a bit in the gravel. Oh, and we have a car rolling over, and it is Bo Dixon. Unfortunately, was not here in the first race. Maybe he didn't train a lot this track with who seems to be really tricky. And he's now last, I'm sure, with quite a lot of suspension damage and stuff like that. Have some work to do, but we're happy to have Bo, who is an incredible TCR driver, with us in this league. Maybe the time of the races in this league were not really good for him. We often have him joining the sessions quite late. Maybe it was not the best times for him, but anyway, it was a pleasure to have him. Meanwhile, Sven Mackenberg is trying everything he can to stick to Grega Hujek and lose as little points as possible. For now, the fastest lap of the race is for Sven Mackenberg with a 1:38.7. Grega did a 1:39.5. And can Boris hold behind him, the virtual driver, by take 3? It is quite a task for him. And Grega on his side is really close to Pascal Jeanpret, who I'm sure is looking in his mirrors and say, oh my, can I get this first win? Not sure. This will be really tight. We could have a tie maybe for the championship at the end of this race. Boris is trying to help his teammate from Slovenia a little bit, but it is tough against such a fast driver as Sven is. When Grega Hujek has taken the lead already, missed it. Maybe Pascal did a mistake, maybe in the first corner. And Grega is through and leading the race for now. He's our champion with a little more than 12 minutes to go. And I think to have a chance... I need to recalculate everything. So as it stands, we had Grega Hujek here. Oh, and Pascal is out. Pascal is in the wall. Pascal is in the wall. Oh, I was saying that it was great for him that nothing happened to him as he was starting on pole position, and now he's in the wall and down the order. Overtaken now by Saulius Laurinavicius with Denis Schups right behind, who will overtake him as well. So now all eyes on this battle. Boris struggling with Sven right behind. And now Boris is doing everything he can to keep the German driver behind him. Grega just did a 1:38.9. This is not enough to take the fastest lap of the race. Because if it stays as it is, this is 262 points for Grega Hujek. And it would be also 262 points for Sven Mackenberg if Sven is keeping the fastest lap of the race and can take the second place. So we would have a tie, and I think I will have to check the rule book of the championship that I wrote myself but can't remember it. But I think it will go down as the first tiebreaker if there is so yeah, in case of a tie at the end of the season, the number of wins will be the first factor. And I think Sven has taken 4 wins. Grega 1, 2, 3 with 1 win each here. Oh, and Boris is wide. Boris is wide and has given second place to Sven Mackenberg. It was really tough to take the pressure from the German driver. And as it stands, after all my calculations, I hope I'm right, but Sven Mackenberg will be the SMT WTCC Season 1 champion, tied with Grega Hujek, but with 1 more race win, which would decide. But everything will go down to the fastest lap of the race. Can Grega improve his lap time and get those 2 points, which would give him the title? But now then that Sven is having a clear track ahead of him, it will be tough for him not to get the fastest lap of the race. It would be quite heartbreaking for Grega to lose it by the number of wins. And Grega, you can see, he's giving everything he has. It is a 1:38.6 for Grega Hujek, who just retook the fastest lap of the race. He just retook the fastest lap of the race for around a tenth. So as it stands, Grega Hujek would be the champion, but let's check the answer from the virtual driver by taste 3, Sven Mackenberg. Oh, hello Marvin. Yeah, it seems like everybody is quite struggling, and it is quite difficult to fight on this track. Really easy to make some mistakes. But now it is all down to who is going to have the fastest lap of the race. which is quite exciting. It is now a kind of quali session between those two. Greg Hudzik going towards the final part of the track, and we have a yellow flag behind. Ooh, Michael Gigax was rolling. Can Grega improve his lap time? No, it was a 138.7. What Sven can do, a 138.3. What a lap by Sven Mackenberg, and it could be the title decider here. What a lap by Sven. As Bo Dixon retired from the race. And I think now it will be tough for Grega to find 0.3 of a second. I'm just checking the gaps between the two. I think now Sven knows that he has to pray for Grega not to improve. Let's go on board. It is a quali session. It is a quali session for the title. When I see a battle here, let's check what is happening around the track. A little between Pascal Jeanpretre and Denis Schups for P7. We also have Marko Misovic quite close to Boris Schmidt, but already 5 seconds behind Sven Mackenberg. Greg Hudzik coming towards the end of this track. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to find some time to improve. Greg Hudzik on the line. We don't have the sector time, so we have to wait a 138.5. He's giving everything he can, but it is just not enough. Oh, and another 138.3. Sven Mackenberg just did a lap 3,000 of a second slower than his previous one. We have an incredible battle. This is not on track, but on the clock. Can I have maybe the... No, I can't have the split time. The split times. Unfortunately, you just can see that that Sven is currently our champion. I think you just have now. Oh, and Boris Schmidt just made a mistake and lost position to Nenad Serjan Pascal, and Dennis is down to P8. Grega is giving everything he has. It seems like it just need a couple of tenths. But those are the most difficult to get. And now we also have the tire degradation, which is a factor. Oh, that was a great couple of corners for Grega, but I think it is not enough. 138.5 once again, but I think Sven will improve once more. No, 138.4. We have 2 laps remaining for Grega to improve. He needs to find 2:10, as we have a battle on track this time between Serjan Tasic and the Hondas of Pascal Jeanpretre and Denis Schups. Yeah, this is getting epic. I hope my calculations are right, because maybe I'm getting excited and nothing is in play right now. But I think I'm quite good in the calculations. Can Grega improve the fastest lap? Of Sven Mackenberg. He's improving is damn, I'm losing my words now. But the gap between him and Sven is getting a little bigger. Does it mean that he's improving his lap time? I'm not sure. Oh, he lost the car. And this is the last opportunity for Gregor Hujek. Last lap of the season. Just did a 138.9 with this slide in the last corner. A 138.7. I think tire degradation is now a factor for those guys. That's why, Richard, Gregor really needs his hammer time. This is hammer time. Last lap. Last lap of the season. Who will be the first SMT WTCC champion here at the Berg? Can Gregor improve the 138.308 that Sven Mackenberg did? Can he do it one last time? Gregor Hujek. I'm sure he knows that he has to give everything now. This will be so close. So close. Oh, maybe it's not the last lap. 29 seconds, it will be... Ah, yeah. Maybe it's not the last lap. Great last corner. 13 seconds to cross the line to give himself another chance. And Sven is giving everything he can. Oh, it was invalid for Gregor, who has another lap. Another 138.7 for Sven Mackenberg. Let's go to check this battle on track between Serjan and Pascal. Dennis probably did a mistake and is now 4 seconds behind. They also deserve to be shown a little bit, even if the title battle is of course taking a lot of attention. But those guys are battling out for a couple of laps now, and it seems like it is really difficult to be that close to each other on this track. Coming back with Gregor in his last lap this time. Taking all the curb he can. Is it enough not to be invalidated and improving at the same time? Can he do it? Oh, and he lost the car there, and it's over. And it's over, and I think Sven Mackenberg is the first SMT WTCC champion for this season 1. Yeah, Gregor was wide and lost 2 seconds in this last lap. He's taking the lead and the win in this last race. But I think it is Sven Mackenberg, the champion. Fair play to him. It has been an amazing battle on this track. Marko Mišović is taking a second, third position today, and Pascal Jeanpret overtook Serjan Tasic in the last lap for P5. It was so close. I need to. I will try to recalculate. But first, we can start congratulate Sven Mackenberg and his Chevrolet Cruze number 27 from John Philippi, the French driver. So before the race, Gregor has 215 points. It took the second place in the race, so 2 more points, 217. He finished second in the race, so 237, and then took the win in race 2, so 262. Sven Malkenberg had 210 points, took the pole position, which is worth 3 points, 213. Took the win in race 1, 238. Took the fastest lap in race 1, 240. Plus 20 points for the second place in race 2, 260. Plus the 2 points for the fastest lap of race 2, which gives him also 262 points. And let's check once again. Grega Hujek had 1 win at Most at the beginning of the season, 1 win at Moscow, 1 win at Spa, 1 win in the Blister, which is 4 wins. Sven Malkenberg won both races in Slovakia Ring, 1 in Monza, 1 in Spa, 1 in Blister, which is 5. So Sven Malkenberg is officially our first SMT WTCC champion today. Congrats to him. Congrats to the virtual drivers by TX3 driver from Germany, who is the champion today. He has come alive since Slovakia Ring, and it has been an amazing battle with Grega Hujek, who knew he was struggling a little bit after the update, but tried everything he had. Almost had the fastest lap in race 1, which would have given him the title. And we can see Grega and Sven in the chat congratulating each other. And yeah, congrats guys, because it has been a pleasure to watch you to cast the races. And yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for some amazing racing. I hope Grega will see you again, even with this strange force feedback. I will hope you will still be with us next season. Yeah, it was just amazing. Thank you, Richard. It was great racing for you as well. And I hope to have you and all of the guys next season with us. We don't know yet anything about next season, but for sure we'll prepare it. We will maybe also ask you for some tracks for some categories, car categories that you would like to race with. So yeah, really good job to Sven, Grega, for this amazing battle to the line. Congratulations also to Dusan Miloradovic, who has battled all season. Unfortunately, couldn't be with us today, and I think he lost the championship last week at Spa when he crashed out of the second race. And I also want to thank again for this amazing championship Grega Hujek, who once again did all the graphic stuff you've seen in this league, the standings, the intro video, the overlay for the streams. It was all made by Grega. Thanks also to Nenad Vladisarevic, the founder and boss of the SMT team, for organizing and using his servers to host those races. Thanks to Dusan Miloradovic, we were a team of 4 to organize those races, and I hope we'll be able to provide great racing again next season. We will be around September or October. But yeah, thank you guys for watching all those races. We didn't have 100 viewers. We didn't care. We had our community. You were there every race. I see Lela, I see Yasmin, even Richard when you were not racing. Simon van der Broek here couldn't race, but here in the chat, Marvin Markenberg supporting his brother every week in the chat. So thank you guys a lot. We worked quite a bit to be able to provide such a great championship. So we appreciate that you were here with us. And now it will be time to finish the stream. I thank you again. It is time to go back to barbecue and summer. I'll let you guys enjoy your summer. Have fun. We had a really tough last year. Everything is opening up a bit this summer. Enjoy it. Enjoy as much as you can. Your friends, your family, being out. It has been really tough. I know here in France, especially. So yeah, have fun, and we'll see you in September or October for season 2, and I hope to see you guys with us. It was amazing it was my first experience as a caster, and I loved it. I hope you guys loved it as well, and I'm looking forward to being able to be with you again for some races. So thank you again, and we'll see you in September. Bye bye.